especially concerning our Black and brown people. And it just refreshing to know that, you know, after a lot of advocating and a lot of things that I have done, I have advocated for those that have came up for parole. We have advocated for change within the parole system. And I have been told that there have been a lot of changes within the parole process in Texas. There are some new faces that have came on board, and that was some of the things that I advocated for. Some of the things that I kept writing those people for the last 5 years. Like a lot of people, I sit in the background with the Carmelo Anthony's case because I don't do a lot of the I don't do a lot of the panels and debating. I don't do a lot of debating, but I go on and I support a lot of those that do debate over on TikTok. So I have been one of the people that sit back in the background. Now I'll share videos, I'll share flyers, I'll would donate to the Give, Send, Go, things of that nature. But I haven't been someone that has truly been vocal. I've written a couple of articles about his case as well as the Christopher Nehi's case within my magazine. I do a lot of advocating for those that have been wrongfully and overly incarcerated, trying to get individuals to really look at their case, trying to get people to truly see that they made mistakes. And we don't want these mistakes to keep happening to our people. Because if we look at the statistics and we look at what is happening within, and it's not just happening in Texas, but Texas just happened to be one of those states that leads in the nation. They are constantly in the top 10 in a lot of things that are not right, and a lot of things that truly are a disadvantage for our Black and brown population. We have also noticed that there have been a lot of corruption within the state of Texas concerning the judicial system. So we have brought light to it. I am someone that have wrote the ombudsman. I wrote the governor. I wrote different congressmen and women, and I've watched them do things for those that have been incarcerated. I had to write over in the women's prison. They were having problems with the water, and there's a lot of those prisons that have problems with the water, and they will buy water for the employees, but they still have the inmates drinking that contaminated water. And there were a lot of inmates that were getting sick behind the water, but then they was keeping it hush hush and they wasn't saying nothing about it. Well, these ladies reached out to me and they told me that they didn't have water and all this stuff was going on over there. And you know, with women, we have cycles. And hygiene is one of those things. You can't just have water in place for the correctional officers and porta potties for the correctional officers, but not have nothing in place for the inmates. They were having to use the bathroom on top of urine and feces and all type of stuff. But I was able to write to them. I was able to express concerns, and I watched them move.